So many thanks for joining us to speak BloombergQuint. I'll begin by asking about what aided the strong volume growth in the second quarter, and what kind of volume expectations you have for the second half of the year.
No, the volumes have been nice, and like we have expanded the capacity this year to 17.5 million tons, and we are operating in Dahej at 108% capacity, and Touchwood Kochi has also improved. We are now 16%. It should go slightly more higher in Kochi because the BPCL refinery, which was going through some shutdown for some reason or the other, is going to come back. FACT is drawing constant volumes. So I feel this 108%, if you really see the plant capacity itself, we have flocked to the ultimate where we can go. So this will remain because Kochi is showing some more signs of that. So it will be around the same. So not too much, I would say, because we don't have the capacity to even go further. But Kochi, yes, definitely a small amount would be there. So we may go to some 15-17%.
So you expect H to be better than?
I think so. I think so.
And also want to get a sense
not too much, but slightly.
Okay. I also want to get a sense of the MOU with Tellurium. Where are we at on that transactions? On when do we see any finalization happening on that deal?
No, we are looking at this. It's a non-binding MOU, but we actually are very, I would say, upbeat on the concept on which we are having the discussion. Where the concept of discussion is now truly that when we are sitting onto the table, like when we did this RAS gas discussion sometime in 2003, we signed. That time it was a supply short market and we were short of energy here in India, production was less. We had no choice but to buy. And therefore we were ready to give a price to whatever extent we could negotiate, we did. But a lot of risk came to us in terms of, when you can see, that we ended up negotiating everything once again in 2013, and we brought it down by nearly $7 at that point of time. Now that happened because it was a seller's market. Now today we have a buyer's market. So therefore there is a great opportunity for all the buyers to really put their conditions now onto the table and insist that, look, if there is any risk in this deal, etc., whatever is going to happen, it will have to be borne by the producer now. I am committed because I have this lever in my hand that I am a consumer and I will keep on consuming your product. So that assurance I'll give you. But price, I would like to buy whatever is the daily price or whatever is the price I like actually. And therefore, for me to give you the assurance, I will do this. So all kinds of ceilings, all kinds of geological risks, the conversation would be around that you bear everything.
Any timeline for this?
Timeline, yes, we are trying to see that somewhere around middle of next year we should be in a position to look at some things.
And the change in center in the market is also giving confidence to renegotiate the pricing as well with other long-term deals as well, right?
Long-term deals globally are seeing this phenomena now. So India is also not very different because it's one of the good buyers. But nevertheless, I'm saying that anything when you talk about from the producer side is always going to be that they would say no, everything is fine. But when you look at the market, when you look at the spot scenarios which have been there, you realize that there is coming a time where we will have to address the market sanely.
So what kind of conversation are you having with the existing players, and who are these existing players?
We are right now taking stock internally of ourselves to see that we're gearing up to understand it more better and create more, I would say, statistical information and data on our part. But nevertheless, the discussion whenever we are meeting people globally who are suppliers, not only the suppliers who are giving to us, the realization at both ends is happening that, look, there is huge volumes which are then into the market, so therefore there needs to be a market correction.
Right, and you're also having conversation with Novatech as well, both for the retail business as well. They have expressed interest for that. If you can tell us something more about that.
No, Novatech is actually there also in Russia. They are now wanting to come into LNG in a big way. They have till now been doing pipeline transportation. So across country pipeline they've been doing. But they realized very now late though, but that LNG is much more flexible. So they can address markets across the globe, whereas pipeline is point-to-point connectivity. So when they are looking at all this, they need somebody to actually commit the volume as well. So to that extent, they are once again looking at the Indian market. And we are also trying to tell them that, look, we have demand, but we would like to see what price you're looking at and what all things you can, because we want to buy it at cost price now. We really don't want to link it to a market minus pricing. So that's the issue.
And in terms of demand as well, what are your demand expectations in 2020?
Demand expectations, I would say that the basic areas are all kind of saturated, in the sense that fertilizer, whatever it is drawing completely. Power, whatever it could draw has been done, balance is not drawing. So whatever little bit of pluses which are going to come up with these CGDs which they've actually now allocated. And but there also the development of infrastructure is going to take time. So I feel that overall, when you look at the LNG market, this last year we had picked up around 22.5 million tons. I think this year maybe another million ton more at best is going to be there effectively.
All right, sir. Many thanks and speak to Bloomberg.
Thank you so much.
Attractive terms on takeover